Yeah, welcome everyone. This is Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. I'm saying? I'm here with the lovely Cassie and my right hand man. Let
Big
him
Prezi
know.
brought it down,
Yeah,
and
we
this is
here.
and we, this is the introduction. This is the introduction for when keeping real goes wrong. We touching on all touchy topics. We restoring the feeling. You know what I'm saying? The way things is going right now in the world, period. It's rubbing us wrong. So we here to heal the people. We here to free the people from what they've been going through for this whole entire time. And the way the cast came about is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we on God's mission right now. This is not for us. We are the deliverers, the messengers.
God first. God first. You know what I'm saying? Remember that. God come
God,
first in everything you do. And
God
that's
always
why
first.
this dream came true. We came up with this platform to touch heart and soul. We're not here just for ourselves. We're here for the lost soul to give them the word of wisdom, to open their eyes and ears to understand we're here for a purpose. We're not here just because we want to be here. We're here because we are a voice. You know what I'm saying? So today we're just going to keep it real and let you know how the struggle is real.
That's crazy.
So
Crazy.
we want to touch on the topics how we even met. Me and my boy, we just came from prison, and since we on the topics of keeping it real, we just came from prison. I was accused of my crime, and I did 15 and a half years for something I didn't do. So happened to be, my boy got in a situation, things went where it went, and then we had the same bid on a different GPS, and we met and we kicked it. That's my brother. I found out he was an air sign like me, and we've been kicking it every day. I ain't never lied to him. I ain't never cheat him out of nothing. He knows, you know what I'm saying. And then Cassie came along, and she basically told me like, if you want to do a podcast, whatever, I got the hook up. We could do this and that, and she already had history with the situation. So I let it. I let the pop bubble. And things came together by itself. And I'm in the gym. I'm just keeping it a buck. And I'm in the gym. My bro just called me out of nowhere. He never called me that early because everybody start their day different. And he called me out of nowhere. I couldn't even tell him hello. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even tell him hello. That's how God worked. You know what I'm saying? Mystique. And as soon as he got on the phone, I'm like, yo, bro, hold on. Hold on. It took me about 20 seconds to get out what it was. I'm like, yo, bro, you fit the bill. You know what I'm saying? You fit the bill. Me and my dog, we sat down plenty times in the cuts and we had one-on-ones, and I ain't never hide nothing from him. He ain't never hide nothing from me. We kept it 100% real. You know what I'm saying? And forming this, Cassie made it real for us. You know what I'm saying? She created the outlet because, you have an idea. You got ideas all the time, and, how to pursue it is the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? And, she put it out there. Me, as a gravitator to, anything that's going up, I took it. I put season on it. I bubbled the pot. I came back and I called Cassie. I said, yo, what's up? Let's do this. And ever since then, she's calling me every morning. No, she's not nagging me. No, she's not nagging me. She know what's going on. It's God sent, and we here to heal the people like we said we are. So
You know? And for me, I could say the same thing for my brother, man. We was in the struggle together in a dark place, where many people won't make it back alive because it's like a jungle out there, especially into that place, man. It's really rough. You know, some people lose their mind because of substance abuse and just get lost in the sauce. We got to stay focused. We got to open up those books, read, cultivate our mind, and escape the time because it is real. And everything we do in life, we're going to have trials and tribulations. Is what we do in that dark time to come out that ashes and rise, like Maya Angelou said, I rise. You know what I'm saying? We got to rise out the darkness and become more stronger than ever before because most of us be speeding and then we crash. Some of us get twisted. But when God is with you, who can be against you? And that's why we're here to deliver this message to the brokenhearted. And the struggle is real, you know? So when keeping it real goes wrong, this is what we are here for.
It's the plateau. This the plateau. We basically put it out there for people that have been through any situation. Really and truly, I'm gonna keep it a funky. We are doing 2 different prongs. So the way the setup is, we couldn't do it how we wanted to really do it. But when I'm live, you can call me and we could do it like that, you know. So when you call in, you could tell me what prong do you want to use, you know what I'm saying, as far as what it really is. And we got 2 prongs. The first prong is the eye opener. Basically, like, you know, letting you know, like, oh, I can't do this again. And the second one is a life changer. A life changer is like something different that me and my bro just went through, and Cassie went through a million times. You know, she been here before. The life changer is when, you know, things go haywire. You can't control the steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what you do after the car go crazy. Do you grab the wheel and you continue driving, or you let it go hectic and you crash and you lose it all? You know what I'm saying? So when keeping it real goes wrong, we the topics that we touching on, we really wanted people to touch touchy topics, call in, and whatever way we're gonna be able to do it, we're gonna do it. We're gonna find a way. We just start on this introduction. Cassie, go ahead, talk.
Yes. And we got this lovely lady, Cass, here. We can't leave her, you know, not saying nothing. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she is a major figure in this car deal, because the connection and knowing that she been doing this with the experience helped navigate us on this plateau. You know, with her talk show, you know, that's doing very well, Woman on Top. You know,
Brunch and black women.
Brunch and black women. Sorry, that's my bad.
Yes,
You know,
makes
brunch
it-
and black
makes-
women.
Brunch
yes,
and black
yes.
women on top.
You know, sorry
gentlemen.
guys.
Yes.
You know how it is.
Yes.
Sorry about that. You know,
Yes, you gotta
brunch
be
with
precise.
black women. You know,
Yes.
it's amazing. And the topic she talks about aim about a lot of things black women go through. You know, and it's amazing. And we're glad to have her here today. You know,
Thank you.
want to say something?
Well, I'm excited about you guys launching of your podcast. Keeping it real goes wrong. You know, when it was first presented to me, I was just like, okay, keeping it real goes wrong. Okay, so I know what that means, right? But then when I was listening to you, gentlemen, I was like, oh, when y'all kind of like really elaborated on what was the purpose of it, like what you really meant behind keeping it real goes wrong. And then Prez, the both of you started giving me, you know, we went out to dinner and you know, explained to me that you really wanted to touch, like, for so many I'm gonna say men in general, I guess, coming up, you know, I don't like to always say the hood, but coming up in our community, right? You always challenge with the idea of keeping it real. You know, and everybody, a lot of brothers, they look at it, yo, if you don't keep it real, son, if you don't keep it real, then yo, you this, that, and the other. And when y'all came up with the concept saying, yo, you know, y'all was so busy keeping it real, y'all kept it so real that it put you in the penitentiary.
That it went wrong.
Yeah.
That it went wrong.
You kept it so real that it went so
wrong.
wrong, you know. And I like the fact that how when you guys presented that, because, you know, that is a platform to have discussions about, and it goes back to your youth, your upbringing, like Pat, the both of you mentioned to me, you know, your experiences, you know, the black man struggle and this, that, and the other, and how could we rephrase that? How could we will it back and redefine what keeping it real is? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At least that's how you gentlemen presented it to me. Mm-hmm. And then I explained to you guys, when I was doing my show, I always would say, there's no she without he.
That's a big fact.
Right? So when you guys came along, I was like, wow, this is a great collabo. You know, you guys keeping it real and us women over here keeping it real. Yes. And now how we going to come together and all keep it real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But still building our communities, you educating one another, you know what I'm saying? And transforming our communities in a way that can really be impactful. We know there's a whole lot of people out here already doing that, right? We have different organizations and we have other platforms where people are speaking to support those initiatives, but how y'all gonna do it different? Because y'all have your own story. We all have a story to tell, and I like how the fact y'all wanted to open up the platform to have other brothers in particular who share those experiences of being incarcerated, because that's a serious thing. I have no idea. I can only imagine what it's like to be, in a cell, and just in a cell, somebody's controlling your coming and your going. It's like, that's crazy. That's hard. And statistically, that's a lot. That's the path for the black man, if he doesn't do what society calls him to do, in the way it's supposed to be done, they could end up in prisons. And so many young boys out here too, they so busy keeping it real. They shooting and stabbing and doing all kinds of crazy things because they so busy keeping it real. And that keeping it real is going real wrong. Mm-hmm. So thank you guys for keeping it real and, being bold enough and setting your pride aside to talk about incarceration and your trials and your tribulations and all levels. So thank you. I'm happy for being here.
Thank you.
Bunch of black women on top.
Yeah, so you want to touch some topics, bro?
Let's toast.
All right, let's do that.
How about that? How about we toast?
Toast to success, to victory.
Yeah.
To everything new.
Yeah.
Yes. When you think about the struggle of the black race, it's really hard. We've been through so much, and we have like a stigma on our back that, sometimes like I'm trying to get this off my back, but you go into an elevator and people look at you like you got some type of filth on you, but I'm a human, and they're stigmatized with this type of, it doesn't matter what race, it could be black. It's the heart of an individual. You could feel the penetration and the hate that one give you. You walk in a room, because in the prison system, you see a lot of segregation.
Really?
Yes, there's a lot of segregation in the prison.
And wait, when you say segregated, so prisons are segregated,
yes.
Even though you're all in prison.
Yes.
Segregated amongst race.
Yes, it's divided.
Race, religion,
culture,
everything.
Yes,
everything you could put a title to. Everything that has a title, it has some type of ownership.
Division.
Wow.
And it has division. So you say,
and why though?
That's just how they created it.
It's designed that way.
So y'all can fight again.
So if
it's always a fight.
If you're Protestant, you can't go to a Muslim service unless you fill out these criteria to go to the service.
Really?
Yes. So now some have guests.
Yes.
Where you can sign a guest paper and be like, I'm coming as a guest. But if this is not your religion, you can't just walk in it. Like we talk about religious beliefs that are not supposed to
discriminate.
Exactly. So this is
that's the whole topic. I've never ever even heard anything like that. I knew that there had like Muslims and maybe 5%ers and Christians and do all that stuff. Maybe like Christians too, like incarcerated or males who took on the faith, particular faith. But I never knew that if you didn't belong to one particular faith, you couldn't participate in the other.
Oh, yes.
You couldn't.
And it's like it's so segregated that they treat you a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not Christian, you're not Rasta, you're not Muslim, you're not.
Do you have to belong to something?
That's the way it goes. That's how they.
Oh, you have to belong to something.
You don't really have to, but that's the mind state. So like if you're neutral or you don't believe in none of these things, you by yourself, you look like
you might get beat up.
No, you're gonna get taken advantage of because nobody there to help you. It's like most of these things.
So you can't be an atheist.
Nah, you can be an atheist. You can be an.
And you
atheist.
hang out with the atheist group.
Yes, but 9 times out of 10, the atheist group is it's not really fully atheist. You know what I'm saying? They have all types of differences that they be like, I don't think God is real because I can't see him, and I was asking for a car yesterday, and he's not helping. Yo, boy, like that's not what the case may be.
Wow.
So a lot of things about that whole situation is misled. You know what I'm saying? It was built to break us down, families, mental,
separate
physical.
family. Your visit they turn away your visit because you were in a certain outfit.
Yeah. So you come like this right now, they're gonna tell you your shirt is see-through because it's white. That's
Really?
Yeah, they pick and choose. Like they find any little
Really?
thing to say that's not.
Yes.
Now, was that like in a federal prison or like a state
That's a
prison?
state. That's a state prison, and the federal.
How many men are in prison? Are there really a lot of
It's
men?
like it's a lot. It's a lot worldwide. It's a lot worldwide.
And you know what I see too? The young youths are filling the prison system more than the elders. You having kids in prison doing 25
Right now,
football numbers.
100. You know what's crazy?
And I wonder why that is. I bet you we can have a whole topic on that.
So we can get into whatever you feel like, but I'm gonna tell you this, right? I went back down to court. I was supposed to get an actual, it's called an actual innocence claim, and point blank, I went back down. It's 2015, and I went down. So I'm in the pens with some young boys, and they hollering at me like yo, big homie, this, that, and the third, because they know I just came from upstate. Because, they know I just came from a state, just how I'm built, just how I look. You know what I'm saying? My eating is different. We just look different. And they was like, yo, big homie. They was asking me, like, they started asking me questions like I would have been scared to ask somebody when I was going through my differences. You know what I'm saying? But this
Wait, young boys were asking you that?
young boys. This is young boys. This is teenagers.
And they think that's cool.
No, they didn't have a choice because they stuck now. So now you in
But
the
do they think it's cool though that they're in that situation?
Nah, they didn't think that.
Oh.
They thought it was cool. When it first happened, and they first got locked up. Like, yeah, I don't care. This, that, and the third. Yo, tell my lawyer. And they cursing, bleep, bleep, bleep. Guess what?
What?
6 months down the line, the same young boys. Their hearts start crying, and you start seeing more things, and you start seeing the separation. If your mom's is there, your pops is there, you start seeing how it start deteriorating people. And have people mental on 100, and they doing everything for you. And
Do they give them counseling when they're in there? Do they give
nothing about that
What
system?
counseling?
Nothing. I have a counselor.
They have counseling, but their counseling sucks. They only see you once a quarterly, right? You see quarterly, and they ask you the same question over and over again.
And what is that?
Is anybody sexually abusing you? Stuff like that. You feel me?
Right.
Do you contact your parents? Everything is well at home. Boom, boom, boom. What about, there's certain things that they need to ask, they don't ask. But the system is so, I can't say it's the people, you know what I'm saying, who run the system and make that shit corrupt. Because when I first got into prison and what I see, right, soon as they uncuff you and you go into trial or go into anything, there's a fight breaking out into the pen. Real quick. Someone's
Why?
getting hurt.
Because
Just because they uncuffed you?
no,
It's beef.
it's beef.
Why? You just got there?
No, because you got the true size. So now they got to look. So now let me show you something. Now from this female perspective, we don't go through these things, and these females don't go through these things that we got, the trials, the tribulations. So now the things that your sons, what they had to go through to make it to where they at, you wouldn't even know. All you just know is what you told them to do and how you set it up for them. You get what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's their fight when they leave that door, or when you drop them wherever you got to drop them, from Tyler to wherever.
You mean now so you're talking about just
In general.
In general, for young boys, once they go outside, it's a whole nother
There's
thing.
a whole nother thing from what you set out there for your son.
It's a whole nother danger.
It's a whole nother zone.
Of course, it's a jungle.
He has to set up for himself. You can no longer bite nobody on their faces, on their necks to protect your child.
I'm going to bite them on their
You're
face
not gonna
and
be
their
there.
neck.
You're not going to be there. So now he got to do it for
You
those.
mess with my son, I'm going to bite you on your face and
And I
your
said
neck.
that because I know you're a biter. So I
I'ma
said,
punch
I
you
know
in
you're
your
going to bite.
face.
I know you're going to bite. So what I'm saying is this. I know all moms bite. You see it from the jungle. You see, when you see the cubs,
man, that's
they're going to bite
rough.
you. But the whole thing is this. And your son leaves your sight. It's a whole nother situation. It's a whole nother walk that he goes into, he steps into, that you wouldn't know, that he's
But
not going to tell you.
Why does it have to be that way?
That's how they said it.
Who said it?
Whosoever said
So
it.
why don't we do something about it?
That's what we're here for today.
Exactly.
That's what we're here for today.
And how do you think, what is the first step you think that we need to take? Because like I say, we're not the only ones that acknowledge this is what's going on, right? Y'all speak to other brothers, right? I speak to women and I speak to some brothers too. So we're not the only ones that is acknowledging what's going on, but for real, right? For real. And I know I heard y'all say that, you know, us women, we coddle boys, coddle men. And so I know that that's probably part of it. Stop coddling them or whatever. But I think that a lot of times men are lacking love.
They are.
No, and you are
So,
absolutely
respect.
100%.
yeah, love and respect. And I think look, I hear young girls talk to boys and tell boys to suck their private parts, a part that they don't even have.
How about the girls that saying that to the boys? That saying
Yeah,
to suck
that's
the.
what I'm
Oh,
talking.
that's
That's what I'm talking about.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
The girls
that's-
saying
that-
that to the boys to suck a private part that they don't even
Yes,
own.
yes.
But
That's
when
new
you
today.
look at right now, this time of age, when it comes to women and men, most women don't respect men
Why?
because they in a position that they're filling a man's shoes. You know, most men is not being men. And a woman is doing so much that they feel like men, like I'm doing your job. You know, so they become like a tough exterior telling men to do this, do that. But that's why I say sometimes when you look at a household, when the father's not there, it's a lot of brokenness. And we don't have the respect that we as men need and deserve because we need a woman to be there for us, to understand us that we're not perfect, but what we're doing is thriving to become a good man, a provider, a loving father for our children and our brothers and sisters. But if we can't be respected,
It's hard.
it's hard. You know what I mean? It's like, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
I've heard
why
men
I'm
say
trying
that.
to hold up my honor and be a good,
And you just keep-
you know, and then somebody keep poking you too. Guess what? You poke the bear and the bear bites you back.
Yeah.
Then you're wrong, because everybody have a boiling point, but that's not the point. The point is the level of respect in society nowadays that we don't have.
I think that men, but because both are traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it's a blaming game. So it's like, man, I remember having a conversation with a male once, and I was presented to me what do you think means more to a man, love or respect? And for men, it was respect over love. But for women, it's love over respect. But see, we equate it with the same thing. We just use different terms. So when a man says they love us and then they do something to hurt us, to me, they lack respect. But see, and the same thing for a man. When a woman says she loves you and then she does something to disrespect you, then you feel that she doesn't love you. You know what I mean? So we both are looking at what the other is seeking, but we're using different terms for what it is. If that makes sense,
Yes, it is. It is because the terminology is different, spoken from a female and a man. So
Right.
that's why we got you here. You know, so your point, your perspective is shown too. So, and we want the people to know, like, you know, from a mother's perspective, from a wife's perspective, from a sister's perspective, from an aunt's perspective, it's a lot of characteristics that the female holds too. So that's why we got the female here today. You know what I'm saying? To touch on those topics that people don't know. They just hear us roaring and crying. Whatever we doing, we crying. That's what we do. That as far as, to the mass. It's like when you start complaining, you crying. Like, I got emotions too. I go through stuff too. I sleep too. I breathe too. Like, I do everything that she does. You know what I'm saying? So why can't the love be reciprocated in that form and fashion? You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of us is going through the most that we're going through right now. Like, I got friends that never met their pops. I got friends that hardly know their moms, and they was adopted, and it was different. Like, so it's like, yo, you my big brother, or you like my pops, or I heard that for many years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, it's like, yo, and I took on that platform because I knew I was the right one. You know what I mean? Like, I had little small things that happened when I was a kid that made me it scared me to know that I had this much power. And I seen differences and I seen things. So I was that help to my peoples, like I'm doing right now. Now we doing it on a different plateau. We touching the world.
Well, that's our intentions are.
Yes.
But through him, through God, right? Because we can't do any of this without him. So, we're important. And we're not perfect. We're all a work in progress. People will try to criticize us for our opinions and our views and how we go about presenting, even our platform. Yes. But at the end of the day, you know, we're evolving, and whatever needs to be tweaked or removed or revisited, then we'll get there when the time calls for it. But at the end of the day, as long as we know we keep him at the center, because he's the one that brought us this far. Because we do have
and like this topic is about keeping it real going wrong. And when I could tell you about my experience, it's like driving in the fast lane, moving fast, and not paying attention. You're just moving. You know, you're not taking your time to be cautious. You're speeding. But you're not speeding that you want to hurt someone. You're speeding because the adrenaline, the rush, the excitement. You know, you're just living a jolly life. You know, and sometimes you move so fast that you're not paying attention to the details. You know? And sometimes God have to slow us down to get our attention. You know? It's like jealousy, envy, and hate comes from family. It could come from just people just see you as a happy person. They could envy you for that. And for you to have that mindset, right, is the fact that you don't understand. Because what I have, you could have too. It's how you set your mind and set yourself free from the imprisonment of enslavement that you're not capable to do great things. God gave us the ability to conquer all. He didn't put us here just to be, work yourself 9 to 5. Be creative. I created you to be like the Most High. You have gift. Why He gave us hands, fingers, mouth to speak. We lift our voice to touch hearts and soul.
He created us in hopes that we would at some point acknowledge Him.
Amen. Praise Him.
And praise Him. I mean, that's the real purpose. You know, like we're sinners. We're sinners. We're sitting right here as sinners.
Absolutely.
You know? And that's it. And we make so many mistakes in life, you know, because when things do appear to go well for us or we feel we're comfortable, then we think we don't need God anymore. You know what I mean? When we realize that throughout this whole journey of life, we always need Him, and He always needs to remain at the center. And we need to bring that back into our communities. You know, what I try to tell a lot of the young women right now is that, you know, don't sell yourself short, because by doing that, what happens, what you do is that you, like girls, begin to, and men to me pretty much follow the lead of a woman. So if there's a woman out there and she's selling herself short or whatever, this, that, and the other, then that man, you know, is going to just, you know, fall prey to that kind of. Yes. You know, we don't have respect for each other. We don't have respect for marriage at all. No. We don't honor that at all. No. You'll have a woman go mess with a married man, or a married man go mess with a married woman. You know, you have all these things going on, and, you know, we don't, because we always think that there's something else better. You know, there's something else greater, and instead of understanding, like we talked on my last show that you guys were on, about the storms in life. And we really just have to acknowledge that, you know, when that storm comes, don't run. Because that storm could be your relationship with your daughter, or relationship with your son, the relationship with your mother, or the relationship with your brother. Don't run. Even if God has to remove you, don't run to something else. Be in that storm so you can gather from what it is that God is trying to show you. You understand what I'm saying? That's keeping it real. You know, that's keeping it real so it won't go wrong.
Facts.
You know, and I think that we need, you know, both men and women, we need to have more conversations like that instead of the BBL conversations and the baddie addy and all of that other stuff. And that ain't cute. It ain't cute. Because a lot of them, I even hear some young girls, they'll say, oh, that person's old, this, that, and the other. Boo, you gonna get there. You better pray you get there. You better pray you get there. You may be 20 now. You better pray you make it to 60 and 70, and however God is going to bless you to live there. And that goes for the young boys too. They don't have respect for their community. They don't have respect for elders. They don't have respect for nothing. They ain't even got respect for themselves.
And I don't know about y'all, but, you know, you got kids, right? Mm-hmm. Most of us here in this room are out there in the world, have kids, and dealing with your kids and see how the lack of respect that they have. They talk to you like, okay, we friends. I said, no. There's a difference between friends and parents. What you and your friendship with your friends, but when you honor your mother and father, it's like honoring God. because God, man, woman, child. It's a divine order because when he created first human being, it was man. That's why the principle is like that. It was the man, them the woman, and them the child. The cultivation shows you that in life. So if we don't have respect for one another, we're just going to devour each other. And as our equal, because God made woman as our equal, our better half, is for our betterment. Because I may be losing focus, but you women keep us focused.
Yeah.
Y'all help us to keep ourselves in the
But
right
some men don't want
standing.
to. Some men don't embrace that. Some men think that because just because we are naturally, women are just very different, just like men are different. A lot of times, I find a weak man. A weak man is very hard for him to deal with a strong, opinionated woman.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
And
Especially one that's trying to show him. Because we know we have some disloyal women. Some women could really do you some dirty things, and vice versa, right?
Yes.
But when you know that at the end of the day, for the most part,
Yes.
that you feel like, you know what, this woman or this man, he may be but at the end of the day, for real, like, do they really got my best interest at heart?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think we so quick to move away from like really, taking into account whether or not someone genuinely has your best interest at heart, or are they just out for something? There's a lot of narcissists out here.
Big facts.
Now, you got to be careful.
No, this is big facts.
They coming. Yeah, you
So,
laughing, brother. You must have came across a few.
No, we all came across. So
Yes,
listen,
they come in all shapes and forms and sexes.
Yes, you're gonna see different animals in the jungle. we come from different jungles. Like we come.
You
from,
be like narcissist. You better go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. But you know what? Like every single one of us that came to the point where we was to the point where it was like, it drive you crazy, and then next thing you know, you deal with it. Like you find a way, like you find some type of comfort, and that's how we survive. You know what I'm saying? Like the narcissist, this person, that person. It's too many categories. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
the gaslighting narcissist.
Yes. The gabbiness.
You know about that, right? See,
the
even
gabbiness.
the producer engineer know about that. They all over the place.
Yes,
This man was walking down the street.
They're
everywhere.
Big facts.
And guess what? I see you.
You can't hide.
You cannot
That's
hide.
a fact.
You
That's a
cannot.
fact.
But let me tell you something. That's the good thing. That's the beauty in having a relationship with God. Because I'm telling you one thing. If you pay attention, He will show you.
No, you're gonna get the way.
He will
You
show
gonna
you.
get
He
the
will
way.
reveal it to you.
You're gonna get the way.
You're going to get it.
You're
You
gonna
think
get
you
it.
can hide in that crack?
You ain't
Gotta
gonna
go
miss
put
it.
that light there, right?
He's going to put that light right under you.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Right there in that
miss it.
crack.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Wait, you trying to hide behind that? Nah, come here, I see you.
Exactly. You old narcissist. Get on up out of here.
Facts.
Yeah.
Name another couple people that's out there to get them titles out. Get them titles
Yeah,
out.
get
That's
them
what
out.
we
Get them
doing.
out.
Get
What's
them
more?
titles
We
out.
got the narcissist. We got the gaslighter. We got
Yes.
the manipulator.
Yes.
We got
Hypocrites.
the
Yes.
hypocrites.
You know what I mean?
The
Facts.
snakes.
The wannabes.
Facts.
The wannabes.
Facts.
Yeah, they come in all, and they
Word.
all on social media too.
Facts.
You gotta watch them too. You gotta watch your friends. You gotta watch me. They conniving.
For real.
It's like,
Who
who's
said that?
real nowadays?
You know we
Jay-Z?
said that. You know we said that. You ever filed Burrow? You know you ever filed Burrow?
You gotta
You
watch
know
your
we
friends. You
have to
gotta watch. What
They
did how it go?
conniving.
Yeah, how
Yes,
it go?
they conniving.
What did it say? What did
He
he say?
said you got to watch your friends before you got to watch me. They conniving.
Exactly. And that's the truth. Because it don't be the person that you don't know. It be that person right there. Right next to you. You sleeping like this. Sleeping real good. You wake up like, what happened? What happened? Call the police. Oh, God. This is some good talks. I can't wait till you guys come back because I know you guys are telling me about a lot of stuff y'all had to talk about.
Yes.
Prison reform, education,
Yes.
women,
Self-care, manifestation.
okay,
We talking about
drugs,
everything. We talking about
Y'all keeping it real.
facts. We talking about we talking about this from the small,
Mothers,
fathers.
fathers,
Touching all topics.
siblings. Let's
Yes.
not leave them out.
Facts,
And our
facts,
children, you know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
Our next
Because them
generation.
siblings, Jesus
Facts.
Lord,
Facts.
Cousin,
cousins,
you know, we can't-
relatives.
Yeah, facts, facts.
Okay, Just because they blood, that don't make them family.
Yo, look,
Even our enemies.
All right.
yo, hold on. Let's on a touchy topic. Y'all want to see? Y'all touched on the topic. Y'all sparked it.
What?
Y'all sparked
What
it. So
you sparked?
y'all just sparked something. So now my situation is kind of different.
Okay, so you could save that for the next. Yeah. You go about to get. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you
spark
can
it. Let
spark
me
it.
do my numbers. Let me
Okay,
do my
do your
numbers.
numbers.
Let me do my
Do your
numbers. Let me do my
numbers.
numbers.
Big press.
That big press
Do
boy.
your numbers, big press.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So, like I've been through a situation. My situation I just told you about, I was framed, you know what I'm saying? And I went through a situation, like my family did that. You know what I'm saying? Not to say they just jumped out their bed and did that, but the situation is nasty, and we're gonna touch on that topic just because it caused separation, it caused a lot of differences. And I want people to really know my storyline. Like it's nothing fabricated. That's why we chose the topic. You know what I'm saying? And like family, 9 times out of 10 in a different day and time is not who you
All
can.
it cracked out to be.
Big facts. So now, like the person that respects you more is the person that you just meet from outside of your family. And that scares me, and that really scared me for a long time, that people that I met on the road, to whatever riches, whatever we was on the road to, like.
Well, I don't understand why people get so surprised by that, if you don't mind me interjecting. If you read the scriptures, didn't Cain kill his brother or something like that?
Yes.
And Joseph's brothers sold him off to the Egyptians?
Yes,
that's correct.
So, I mean, there's so many stories that you hear in the scripture. God wrote it, had the stories there for us to read, to let us know that these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Judas. Okay.
So, but look, and I'm happy that you touched that topic. That's big. That's very big. And it's crazy. You see the key line to what you just said in that big paragraph was story. Some people don't accept things unless it's demonstration there, so they're not accepted to those stories. So those stories, people couldn't take heed to those stories until they got mature. You get what I'm saying? So when you
What you said?
Some people, yes.
That's what I was about to say.
Never,
not everybody knows those stories.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
Facts.
If I told them that Joseph got sold off by his 11 brothers, said,
Facts.
what do you mean? Sold them off. He ain't know his family
Facts.
25 years. The father thought
Facts.
he was dead.
You know what God also say? My people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Absolutely.
For a lack of knowledge. And it's crazy. It's so crazy.
Exactly.
You know what's so crazy is that I come from being raised up in church, both sides of the family, and I wasn't an angel at the same time. I did stuff. We all did stuff. We all had a past, whatever the situation is. That past helped you get to where you at now. Did that help? It kept me grounded. You know what I'm saying? It kept me grounded. I'm here. I just was released from prison. This is my 7th month.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
here for the person. I'm here for the people.
Oh, wow.
I stepped out. I got right next to the people.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? This is bigger than a dream. I got a plan. I got a to-do list.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I brought the right people with me. You know what I'm saying? That's going to touch these topics. Every single one of us are different people, not just because we came from different mothers or we was born a different year or a different day. We're the same.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but is that a lock on top of your logo? Did you just unlock the keys?
Yes.
Did somebody, what's that song about the keys? Somebody got the keys.
I got the
Who got the
keys.
Yeah.
But what is the key?
The key.
Oh.
What is the key?
I like that.
But what is the key?
You know.
You got a lock there.
So the key.
Who got the key?
Oh, so
Who got the key?
No, who got the key? You got the key.
Who got the key?
Who got the key?
No, he got the key.
Hey,
Nah,
He got the key.
Right.
Didn't he go down and lock, what? Listen. Don't get me started. He got the key.
Right now, Yes. So the key is not. So first off, like I want people to tell me like, understanding is the key, knowledge is the key, preservation is the key. For different people, why, what is the key? My bro asked me. You said, what is the key that you asked me?
And the key
is God.
Amen.
Yes, it is.
And just to piggyback on my brother's You know, God is the key, but to understand key,
Amen.
right, is to understand the word. You know, the word
Ooh.
came to
The
life
word like
and
a two-edged sword.
gave us life. You know, the thing what God says is that what the world give you is heavy burden, but what I give you is peace beyond human understanding.
And that's a good way to close your show,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good way to close your guys' show.
Yes. God, spirituality. We talking about that's a whole nother topic, but he's right. He hit it on the nose. So, you know, welcome to Keeping It Real Goes Wrong.
Thank you.
Talking to Big Prez, you talking to Big Prezi boy. You was talking to Cassie.
Yes.
And you was talking to God,
God
first.
first.
G1.
Brunch and black women on top, people.
Brunch and black women on top.
Okay.
One umbrella,
alongside
everybody
Keeping
covered.
It Real Goes Wrong.
And Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. And we here, this is just the starting.
It's the beginning.
This is just the beginning.
Yes.
This is the beginning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the right people
the
tune
beginning.
in and get
Tune
connected
in.
with us and, you know, and grasp
Yeah.
what we got. Because we got some stuff for y'all.
Yeah.
Yep. Some juicy stuff.
Real good stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
And not only, we want y'all to understand something too. We're not claiming to be no big this and that. While we're helping you guys, we're helping ourselves.
Definitely. You help us, we help you. Iron sharpen iron.
We help each other.
You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
Nice.
Facts.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so
no
excited
problem.
about
Cheers.
your new podcast.
Cassie,
You know?
you did it.
Cheers.
Keeping
Guys,
it
We did
real
it.
goes wrong.
Keeping it
Guys.
real.
Yo, cheers to keeping it good, real goes
Cheers.
wrong.
Keeping it real. Cheers.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
Keeping
you
it
know?
real goes wrong
A new
because
beginning.
we want to set it right.
Yeah, you know, it's a
Facts.
success.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. One love.
God is good.
All the time.
Great.
God is love.